Okay, welcome back. Part 2 of the show you've been waiting for. He's here, live and direct in the house. Mr. Todd Edwards, live from the US of A. Make some noise in the house. Come on.
Yeah.
So how's it going, Todd, man?
I'm very good. I'm very happy to be here, you said. Just as I was saying before, I just wanted to thank you for all you've been doing for me, all the support, and from the bottom of my heart, I mean it.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. How was the flight over?
Long. There was a 2-hour delay. It was lightning out, and it was very turbulent. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna die. But it was fine. I mean, I'm only kidding, but it was. I just would prefer to travel first class from now on. Stuck in that little.
Does that really matter when there's turbulence?
Huh?
Does that really matter when there's turbulence?
It's just like, actually for the delay purposes.
Oh, okay.
Hot and you're just sitting there. Fortunately, I was talking to someone the whole time, so
yeah,
it made it go by.
So it's first class all the time, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Wicked. Todd, I've got loads of questions, man, for myself, friends, and the listening public. You ready, yeah?
I'm ready whenever you are. I like to talk.
Okay, before we have that chat, let's play one of your much-loved records, Trance Navigation by Jintir. Check it out.
This is EZ, Kiss 100.
mentioned before about your vocals, sampling, productions. How did it all start for you? What were your influences and where did you get the inspiration to do vocals like that?
As I was saying before, basically, I was really impressed with what Enya did. She having her vocals use as musical instruments with the strings, and I'm like, let me see if I can put this into dance music. So I was like, okay, MK showed that he can use vocal samples that don't make sense.
Yeah.
And Enya used them as musical elements, and that's basically, I fused the two together, combined with, I guess, the drums that I was kind of trying to emulate the Masters at Work thing, and that's what came out. And at first, again, you know, I'm one of those. I like torture myself. You know, it's like at first, I was just like, you know, you spend hours in the studio. I'm not happy with what I did, and even like the stuff that was successful. I mean, like even with Save My Life, I had like serious doubts before my manager, or Joe Ventola from My Records, put it out. You know, and I loved it when I first made it, and then I'm like, well, you know, the vocals could be a little bit more like smoother, and it's just like, you know, I'm always nitpicking at my own work.
Yeah.
And but it turned out to be good. But the funny thing is, it took about 4 years for the stuff that I did on Nervous Records to make it to England and really take off. I mean, so it's like, it was weird. So I basically started to get, like, from the Saint Germain and from Save My Life, I did the remix for Wild Child, and that got me a slew of remixes.
Okay.
But at that point, in my mind, I already felt that, okay, well, I've done enough of that, the quote-unquote, the garagey cut-up style, so I smoothed it out and started to emulate the Basement Jacks a little bit, like, you know, some of their earlier stuff. I don't even know the names, because I just, like, again, my friend Rich introduced me to their stuff, and it's like they have this, like, Latin-y, you know, real full orchestration, and Masters was also moving into the direction.
So was Wild Child the first track for that style of music?
I think it still had some traces of the more cut-up style, but it was more orchestrated. The drums were different. It was smoother, and I enjoyed it because I just got equipment in my studio that was like sound modules. Like I never worked with sound modules, all sampling, and I was like, you know, and I can play. So it was like, wow, you know, it's doing different chords.
So what can you play actually?
I can play, you know, keyboard. I took 1.5 years of piano. But basically, what I like to say, now this is where we're going to go a little deep. I feel I get enlightenments from God, like directly from God. Like it's almost like He's the teacher.
Yeah.
Because every once in a while, like every year, something new pops into my head, and it's like almost like, oh, I get it. Like, you know, you're at the keyboard. You just understand the chords. It's different from just like learning something and understanding. You feel it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, wow, I understand how this works in the scheme of composing music. And it's been like that from 19 on, and that's the thing.
Okay, wicked.
So, and it's just, you know, sometimes it just happens, you know?
Yeah. Let's take a listen. EZ on Kiss 100 with my special guest, Todd Edwards. This is God Will Be There. Check it out. have it, God Will Be There. Wicked tune. One of my favourites, mate. Sticking on the topic of God. We've got a question here from a listener called Marvin in Acton. He says, how do you feel about people calling you Todd the God?
It's funny that you should mention that. I mean, naturally, it's nice to be complimented.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the right phrase to use for me.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because it's funny. In where I go to church in the city, actually.
Okay.
And yeah, it's basically a church like filled with artists and musicians and stuff like that. And we kind of like joke around because it's like when they hear that they're referred to me that they're like our Todd is like, you know what I mean? Like it's so different from my personality, and I try not to portray myself any. You know, I try to stay humble in everything. I don't want to portray like that. When I think of like how people call people gods, it's like it's almost egotistical, very egocentric, and that's totally opposite of who I am and who I want to be. So I hope that whether it be in the future with this, you know, even after this album, another album will be in the process, which is vocal based. I would hope that either with the title of the album or maybe a track or something will kind of like redirect the attention.
Yeah, let's talk about the album actually.
Sure.
Full On. It's coming out.
Okay.
When is it coming out? It's out already?
It's Monday.
Monday, yeah?
It's Monday, so we're looking forward to that.
There's about 4 unreleased tracks on there. There's Saviour Tonight, which I've been supporting heavily on the show.
Thank you.
That is an awesome track. My current favourite tune, that one.
Thank you.
It's coming out on Monday, mixed by yourself, yeah?
Yes. So.
And that's in association with Distance Recordings or Distance Records. So watch out for that Full On, Todd Edwards on CD. Another question from a listener. He says, why are your tunes so slow? Because you know we are in the UK. We like to speed things up.
I know. And let me tell you, Carl Brown, who should be here by now, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, says, "Hey, speed it up, mate. Speed it up." You know what I mean? And well, I mean, you know, when I started making dance tracks, it was like 124. You know, 125. You know, and like you guys were always like 4 beats ahead of us.
Oh
okay?
yeah.
But I mean,
that's where speed garage
come on,
from.
like you know, how do you like? I mean, I have no problem with making it faster, but I think certain tempos give off certain grooves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, imagine if like Parliament Funkadelic put out stuff at 140. Like, do you think it would have really had the same impact as like, you know? I mean, I don't think it would have worked at a real fast tempo. And I think that when you try to take a track that's supposed to be 125 or between 125 128 and speed it up to 131, it might sound good at the clubs, but it wasn't meant to be that way.
Okay.
You know, does that answer the question?
It does. But what I actually do, I have to put your tracks onto CD, speed it up. Like
is it really that fast already? Wow. I mean,
it has to be.
But I mean, like, see, to me, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I remember, you know, I went to the Sound Factory bar a lot on Wednesday night. You know, that's when like Louis Vega was spinning.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, and again, you could get into the music. It's like, you know, it's got a groove. It's just like it goes from groove to like less, like almost like the faster the tempo. To me, it seems like it becomes less soulful, and more energy, but the soul gets eliminated. Like you're losing that. I think that, you know, there shouldn't be a prejudice against the slower tempo things. I mean, again, I'm interested in, you know, appeasing the people that I'm like, you know, putting out music to.
Now, some of your tracks are like 132, something like that, but
around 131. I think that was that's where I maxed out at, was 131. You know what I mean? So it's like, and even then I was like, you know, and again, I consult. I really do consult my manager on different things like that because he's got a really good ear for the music, and I'm like, should I take it faster? He's like, no.
The big question on everyone's lips, Todd, would you ever produce a 2-step track?
My thing is, 2-step has its place. There's some really funky elements. You gotta admit though, it's a different feel than the boom 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 of the 4 on the floor. I mean, you know, I think the only objective criticism I have about it is like it just seemed like everyone abandoned the 4 on the floor to go to this, and it's like, isn't that all the concept of selling out? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, well, I'm just saying. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Good talk.
If one day I put out the album that reached the pop market or totally was different from making dance music, that's my choice as an artist. But it wouldn't be because I was following the trend of something else. And I think I'm just sticking by my guns of what I do. And it's just like, you know, I don't think it would be right for me to try to just do that just because everyone else wants you to do something. You know,
you can safely say no then, yeah.
Yeah, you know, sorry, but you know,
keeping it real, keeping it real.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in tune to Kiss 100, myself with my special guest Todd Edwards from the US of A. We're going to come back around the corner with Todd Edwards in the mix. Stand by.
We gave...
Bear.
it? Live and direct. Todd Edwards in the mix. Make some noise. Whoa! So what did we hear, mate? What did we hear in the mix?
Okay, what we heard was Time to Care, Show Me a Sign, The Dream, and a new one, What's His Name? Do you know what his name is? And then Sweet Jesus. And they're all on the full-on CD.
So make sure you gotta get that on Monday, full-on. Mixed by Todd, man. So that should do well. We're gonna go for another short pause of the cause, come back around the corner with another guy in the studio. DJ producer from the UK who's also working with Todd. You wanna know who it is? Stick around. It's EZ on Kiss 100. Just tuned in where you've been missing out. Live and direct in the studio tonight. Todd Edwards, and also got a special guest that's joined in as well. UK DJ producer who's actually working with Todd as well. Carl Tough Enough Brown. Make some noise. Come on. Toughy!
Nice warm welcome.
How's it going, son?
I don't need the furry coat on tonight because I've got nice warm welcome. Thank you, mate.
So how's it going?
It's not too bad, actually. Just dragged myself out of bed just to come and see him today, you know what I mean? Through traffic, got a headache, you know. It's nice to see him anyway.
Do you have a violin in the studio?
we can make one up.
I'll sample one.
So you two are working on some bits.
Yeah.
Fill us in, man, exclusively.
We've done something with Kelly LaRock. We've done 2 tracks with Kelly. So when I go out to America, we're going to finish off those. Done 2 tracks with Vincent, you know, who did that track with the M-dubs as well.
Okay.
And Sharon Francis as well. So, you know, we've done about 5 tracks when he came here last time. So we were working hard in the studio.
Big question, when are they coming out? Are they coming out?
Well, we're working on the step by step, isn't it? Waiting for Joe to sort out the deal with Kelly at the moment with her management and trying to sort that out. You know, get all the bits and pieces, the ends tied up.
Carl's got to get his butt in gear, basically.
You know, you've got to sort out the business end of things.
Don't let him fool you.
So what's it going to be, like a bumpy underground feel? Is it more of a discovery one or what?
It's a vocal
full on
bumpy
one? Full on?
Yeah, it's more like got sort of 1920s sort of movement on the vocal. She loved it. She loved the movement, and we just thought, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know you two are close. Who's been to?
Who's been to me? Close? Is it?
Yeah, you are close, man. Come on, stop denying it. I was asking Todd about 2-step, Carl.
Yeah.
Have you tried to get him to do a 2-step track?
I don't know. Wait till I get to his studio. I'll tell him to go make some tea. I'll knock up something quickly.
I don't think he's having it, mate.
Well, you know, the thing is, what he's been portraying all these years is 4/4.
Yeah.
And I love 4/4, and I love the way he does his vocal style with "Save My Life" and things like that. And you know, why move? You know,
true.
It works. You know.
If you've got something good, mate, keep at it. You know. Getting back to Todd, we've got some more questions here from the listeners, a bit more personal. It says here, is there a Mrs. Edwards?
No, there isn't. I don't have time. It's a lot to really, you know, I'm so undisciplined, you know, as far as like with work. It's so easy to slack sometimes and to not work as efficiently. Like I have a lot to do over the course of the next 2 years. So to add, you know, someone in the picture, if the person comes up, you know, if God, you know, throws a woman in my path that I feel is a person I'll settle down with,
okay,
I would. But it would be serious. It's not just to get a quick fling. I'm not into that.
Okay. There's also a link to that question. It says, what 3 famous ladies would fit the bill for Mrs. Edwards?
Famous ladies?
Yeah, famous. Who'd you like out there?
Oh, well, not to give a really boring answer, but honestly, I'm not into the whole fame thing at all. Down to earth, you know. I mean, there's got to be a physical spark there, but I'm not into the whole like in front of the camera thing. It's just not my style.
Okay. In the background, Save My Life. yours that we all love is the Daft Punk remix of Face to Face. How did that all go, and what would they like to work with? Because everyone loves Daft Punk.
I think I would like to do more collaborations with them in the future, but I would say I wanted to put more into the track myself, and I kind of made up for that by writing the song and singing the song on there. So I'm really into like doing the fair share, and it has nothing to do with financial gain or anything. It's just I want to put my time into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Any plans for Todd Edwards tour?
To tell you the truth, if the DJing thing goes over, I would love it. I mean, it'd be great, but I would really like to do an iRecords tour because we got some talented people on the label.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think it's a good combination because, like, I got, cater to the UK scene. You have Kevin Yost that has a very jazzy style, and Richard Lacrease has like a deep house Latin-y feel to it, and I think it would be a nice tour to like have, and plus we're very close friends, and it would just be a lot of love going on.
Okay, from one sought after track to another, we play The Beloved, 1,000 years from today. This one's awesome. Anything exclusive to tell me? Like any future plans?
Future plans. Like I said, I think this album, I'm very, like I said, I'm very happy with all the tracks on. I think these express my beliefs, my feelings, but this is a good prelude to what's coming out next.
Yeah.
Because there is an album in the process, which is songs, and a lot of people are like, oh, he writes songs. I do. I've been writing songs. It's just that I haven't been focused on that.
Yeah.
But the next album is just kind of like my life, kind of in a dance format, basically. So,
okay,
God willing, this will be a good prelude to that, and people will take to it.
What can I say, man? Thank you for coming in.
It's been my pleasure, man.
The listeners love you. We love you, Todd.
And I love them.
Thank you to Joe Stanley as well from Distance Records. Also Philippa Reed, and not forgetting Carl Tough Enough Brand in the house tonight. And lastly, Todd Edwards, make some noise. Come on.
It was great to be here, man.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So there you have it, the show you've been waiting for, Todd Edwards on Kiss 100. Time has run out. I'm back here, of course, next week, 7 till 9.
GetDarker.